and welcome to Sweet Parents. In today's video, I wanted to share my top 3 favorite crochet tips, and then also my top 3 crochet favorite tools. And so to begin with, we're going to talk about my top 3 favorite tips. And I've been crocheting for about 7 years, and over those few years, I have gotten to know some tips that I just think is normal, but I think you'll find really helpful. So in today's video, I'm super excited to share about that. So to begin with, tip number 1 is all about darning needles and how to thread them. So this is just a basic standard metal darning needle. And I'll put links to everything I mentioned in the description box down below, but this is just a standard darning needle with kind of a large eye. So to begin, what you do is you grab your yarn, and to thread it, all you do is you put it over your thumb, and it automatically, then you just put your thumbnail through your darning needle, and it automatically threads it. It's so easy. It is 10 times easier than anything I've found. And if your yarn is wanting to be a little bit splitty and kind of like wants to split a little bit, I just recommend like twisting it a little bit in the correct way that makes it tighter, not looser. You don't want that. But twisting it in a tighter way and then putting it on your darning needle, and it will work just as well. It'll work a little bit better. So that is my top tip, and then it works the same for if you're using blanket yarn or any kind of chenille super bulky weight yarn. You just put it over your thumb, and you can quickly and easily thread your darning needle. I absolutely love this tip, and I use it constantly. So now tip number 2 is all about how to stuff those little nooks and crannies on your little amigurumi, plushies, stuffies, anything like that. So what I do, and sometimes I know that when you buy stuffing, they also have like a chopstick or stick that you can use to stuff your items. So what I do, I haven't gotten those for my stuffing boxes because I get a lot of stuffing at once, and so I just don't think they include that. But instead, whenever we go to Chinese, they give us tons of extra chopsticks, and I just use the chopsticks that they give us. So this is a chopstick, just a plain simple chopstick, and what I do, this would work to stuff your legs, but it does not work even close to as well as my tips. So what I do is I break the chopstick. It sounds really weird, but it works amazingly well. So if you just break it, I like to break it kind of like 2/3 up so that I'll have a nice 2/3 of the stick to be able to work with when I'm trying to stuff bodies. So all you do is you just break it, so you put some pressure on it and then it breaks, and now you can easily and quickly stuff your thing. So you have a little broken chopstick, and you can just, it works 10 times easier than anything I found, and it stuffs the leg so much quicker and easier. So that's tip number 2. Now tip number 3 is all about how to weave in your tails for amigurumi projects. So if you have, this works best if you have 2 tails that you need to weave in at one time. So I'm just going to use this brown yarn, for example, on this little black bear. So for this example, I'm just going to thread it onto my darning needle using the tip that I just showed you. And then I'm going to just pretend that I am finishing sewing off this ear. So now let's say I'm done with this ear. Now I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go back to that exact same hole that I originally started my threading through. So that same hole right here. And I'm just going to go back into there, and then I'm just going to make a double knot. So once I get back through there, I'm just going to make a double knot, and then you're just going to go right through that same hole that you just had, you have your 2 strands at, and you're going to go back, and then you can just cut your yarn once you go. And I just go anywhere in the head, so I just go to like here, for example, and then I'm just going to bring that through and cut my yarn, and it works so well. So basically it hides your tail in the head because nobody is going to, or wherever your body part is, it just hides the tail in that project, and you'll never see it. So those are my top 3 tips. I hope that was helpful, and I use them all the time, and I just love sharing tips, hoping that it helps you guys. So now my 3 favorite tools. So number one is crochet hooks. I really believe that you can only crochet as well as your tools are. And so my favorite crochet hooks are Clover & More. If you follow me for any length of time, you know that I love Clover & More hooks. I've tried several different brands of hooks, and my by far favorite is Clover & More. Some of my favorite features about them is just that their head is kind of a hybrid, similar to Boy and yet similar to Susan Bates. So it's kind of a mix of the two, and I absolutely love that because I don't really prefer Susan Bates style hooks, but I like Boy better, Boy style hooks. And so these are by far my favorite. They're so smooth, and then they always have a really nice handle that works just really well with my hand. So that is my favorite hook. Then my other favorite tool that I use all the time when I'm crocheting, and like when I say all the time, I mean all the time, is this yarn. It's called a finger guide, but it's for yarn. And what you do is you put it on your finger in the spot that normally gets kind of like a rug burn from repetitive yarn repeatedly going over that spot on your finger. And so what you do is you put it onto your finger, and then you're going to bring the yarn, put the yarn through, and then that just like almost magically works, and it helps your finger to not feel the same hurt or like the rug burn feel. This ring is silicone at the base, and then the top is plastic, and they give you 3 different options, a total of 3 different options for your sizes. I personally am just kind of lazy, and so I use only the large size because I mostly use super bulky weight yarns. This is what the package looks like. We got them at Joann's, but I'm sure you can get them online. Again, I'll link everything in the description box down below. But they're the Boy brand, the same brand that makes those, same brand that makes the cheap hooks. But I absolutely love these. They've been very great, and they're a really cheap investment that saves my finger. So that is tool number 2. That is my favorite. Now tool number 3 is my yarn winder. Now I've only gotten one yarn winder ever, and so I only have experience with this particular ball winder. It's the Stan Wood brand, and I absolutely love it. I haven't had any troubles. I've had it for probably about 3 years, and I use it all the time, and it hasn't broken, and it works perfectly still. So I just attach it to a bar stool. As you can see, this is what I do. I just attach it to a bar stool so that, and then I put it next to my crochet couch. And so then I can just ball the yarn that I need whenever I'm crocheting, and then get back to my crochet. So, but you could attach it to a coffee table or anything else. But those are my top 3 tips for crocheting, and then my top 3 tools. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give this video a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I make a new video almost every Friday, and so I'd love to see you there. And then also, please don't forget to comment down below. I'd love to hear what your favorite tools are for crocheting, whether it be your tools or your tips. I'd love to hear from you. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!